Yeah, as far as the security aspect goes, it's probably one of our more important products in general, just because obviously multi-factor authentication protects us from malicious actors who get credentials but don't have the physical token to get into someone's account. So when I say we use it every day, we use it for authentication across every application we use, or at least we try to. That is our goal. So outside the obvious of multi-factor and it being important, one thing I really like about Duo is the integrations and the options it has for integrations are pretty great, and I'd say versatile. I've used Cisco ICE as well, and I find I'm most impressed with Cisco Duo specifically with the weird applications we can come up with for it and using it. So I'd say the versatility of authentication and other AAA factors with the Cisco Duo are why we like it so much. And if I had to complain, we use the Cisco Duo proxy server, which is just simply that we put a Duo application onto a Windows server that then talks to the cloud for us. My only complaint is that does not allow for the protocol of chat, which is a secured protocol, and it only accepts PAP connections, which is not secured, which is kind of crazy to me. That's my only complaint, though. 8 out of 10. I think it's a great product, and I have no major issues with it whatsoever. I do recommend it. I would always recommend some sort of multi-factor solution. Trying to think I'm struggling on the question only because I don't think there's a spot where it's less appropriate. It's one of those things you try to put on absolutely everything, just because of the immediate security it provides. As far as like specific situations go, the most specific I can get, I think, is just the weird applications we can come up with to try to put multi-factor onto it. I'd say Cisco Duo does that well. I haven't run into a situation where it wasn't possible to use Duo yet, basically. So I mentioned that we work in hospitality and gaming. So we're actually a casino as well, based out of Oklahoma. I'd say one of the driving factors that actually helped get buy-in from our management was MGM itself getting hit with a ransomware attack a year or two back. I don't remember now. So to answer the question, I'd say it's really other people having problems is what allowed us to convince our management to invest more into it. I'd say Cisco is probably the leader in what it is, because it covers so many different areas, and that's one of the reasons we chose it, is to have like a consistent vendor that we use for data center, that we use for MFA, that we use for a ton of different products that we have for Cisco routing and switch. So I think to answer the question, it's just simply that they do a lot of things very well. Whereas to accomplish all the same goals, we would have to have multiple vendors for each of these topics, which is less than ideal. We evaluated Okta for a little while, but I don't quite remember why we didn't go with it. Probably just simply for the fact we have a lot of Cisco products already, so, keep with the theme. I would fully expect a competitor like Okta or any other multi-factor mechanic to function pretty similarly, and I hesitate to say Duo's the best. I think the idea is that it's a simple concept, but it does it well. So I haven't evaluated any myself outside of Duo, but I'm also not in the market, and I don't feel like we need to go shopping for something else. It's one of those things that only costs money, in the sense of you have to convince a leadership team to spend money to save money, right? Like a compromise is far more expensive than Duo, paying for Duo. So specifically, it's really just about trying to prevent problems. And so while we had, it costs money and we don't have a direct return on investment that we can point out immediately, I would still always advocate for it just because it keeps security. It's paying for security is cheaper than getting compromised. Yes. 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 I'd say the other Cisco product that I'm in and use every day is Cisco ISE, the Identity Service Engine. And I do think I have a love-hate relationship with that product, but I would say it's probably the best in the. As far as Cisco goes, Cisco ISE is really funny too because Cisco is so proprietary in a lot of things that they do, but Cisco ISE is really good at actually being vendor agnostic. So I would say that it's probably the best out there for that. And I have looked for other things other than Cisco ISE, but I truly think it's the best thing out there at the moment.